Hey everyone, what's up? This is Lloyd here from thenewwavefitness.com. And today's video, it's coming up the end of 2019, December 30th. And so pretty soon we'll be going into a new decade and a new year. And I just wanted to talk about, I guess the last decade in review and how everything really went. So I really first started fitness and exercising in 2009 with P90X. And I found it from a YouTuber online. I got inspired by him and I wanted to get fit at home as well. I wanted to get in shape, and at that time I was about 118 pounds, pretty skinny, and so I started with P90X. I did it for about 60 days and then I kind of fell off track, and then when the new year 2010 came around, I started it again, and I did that for like 3 months straight, and then I did P90X Plus, did that for a bit, then I eventually went to P90X2, and then around 2012, 2013, I started weightlifting. I got some Olympic weights and a basic bench, preacher curl, leg extension equipment piece, which I still have over here moved to the side. And I started exercising with that, doing starting strength, strong lifts, baby lovers, starting strength, and all these different weightlifting programs that I found on the bodybuilding.com forums back then. And I used to post back then too, but it kind of became too crazy and a little toxic, so I don't really post there anymore. Sometimes I'll read whatever is on my mind. If I'm curious about a question, I'll post it there, or not post it there, but Google it, and it usually will have results there, and just read what comments are. Most of the time it just cracks me up, some of the stuff people say, but I don't really post there anymore. So I just do YouTube and my Instagram. But nowadays my exercise routine since probably 2018, when I got my power rack, has changed more into heavier weights, because now I can safely lift heavier. Before that, between 2013 and 2018, I was doing just basic starting strength stuff, gray skull program, and trying to do some other types of exercises with the available equipment I had. And it got to a point where I was kind of limited to how strong and big I could get. And so eventually in 2018 I was able to buy a power rack that I bought on Amazon that shipped to where I live, which is funny because I can't buy this power rack anymore. If I try to buy the exact same one that I bought, even from the same order page, it won't ship to me anymore. It says, sorry, we can't ship this to you. So it was like a brief miracle period of time where I was actually able to buy this. So I'm thankful for that. I'm maybe the only person on this island that has it, so that's pretty cool. So you may think, dude, it's just a piece of steel, but no, it means a lot to somebody like me who realizes that gym equipment is hard to find here that's good and lasts a long time. You either have to pay a huge amount for shipping, or you have to deal with subpar equipment. So that's why I appreciate the stuff I have, and I, over the years I've saved up, got the money I needed, bought the stuff I wanted, and now I have the home gym I want pretty much. There's really nothing else I want to add to it, except for eventually I want to buy 2 more 45-pound plates, so I have more than 300 pounds of weights to work with. Right now I have just 300 pounds to work with, and I haven't maxed that out yet, but my deadlift's pretty close to that amount. And then I have 5 to 52 pounds adjustable dumbbells, which are good, but eventually I'd like to get those up to like 80-pound dumbbells, 100-pound dumbbells. But for now, whenever I start to get beyond 52 pounds on the dumbbells, I just go over to the barbell work, and I can go up to 300 pounds with that. So it's mostly for isolation exercises. So since 2018, I've been doing the Insons 531. I did GZCLP for a bit, and I ran both of those for like 4 months, 5 months. Then I'd switch and do something else. I did push-pull leg routine for like a month. Honestly, I like the pump you get from push-pull leg routine, but my strength started dropping rapidly on push-pull leg routine, so I had to stop doing that, and I went back to the Insons 531. And just recently I've been on Insons 531 for about 10 weeks, and I'm starting to feel a little fatigued because I had ran it before for 6 months, and I've never really taken any extended period of time where I haven't been lifting, at least for this year. Last year there was a period of time where I was only working out like 2 times a week, barely putting in effort, but this whole year pretty much I've been consistently exercising pretty well. So let me open up my app to see what I track. I use an app called Personal Training Coach that I pay the premium for to track my exercises. It's pretty much the exact app that I want. And so let's see, January we were doing Insuns 531. February we were doing that, and then we did that until March, so we ran that for 3 months, and then in March I started doing the GZ CLP, ran that until late August, and then we went into a 10-week power building routine that I found online. It was alright. I found it on the liftfall.com website. It was okay. And then I did a push-pull leg routine for about a month, and then in October went back into Insuns 531, and I've been running that since pretty much the end of December. And so now I am running what's called 531 boring but big variation, the variation 2 that has you do like the overhead press, the 531 version, and then you'll do a bench press, for example, 5 sets of 10 reps at 50% of your max, of your 1 rep max. But instead of 50%, I added it to 60%, just because I'm used to a lot of volume due to being on the Insuns when you do like 17 sets of bench press. So I don't want to lose too much volume. So I increased the percentage of your 1 rep max that you work on from 50% of 5 sets of 10 to 60%. And I added a little bit of direct arm work because I'm trying to fix a muscle imbalance that I have on my left arm. My right arm, it was about 15 1/4 inches. My left arm, last I measured it, was 14 3/4 inches, so half an inch of imbalance. Visually I can see it, and I'm trying to fix that. It's just genetics, and also when you're training it, you have to make sure you're lifting correctly and not just leaning to the stronger side. So I'm trying to work on that. And so I've added a little bit of direct arm work and unilateral work, and whenever I'm also lifting the barbell, if I'm doing bicep curls, for example, with the bar, I try to, think in my mind that, put more emphasis on lifting from this left side to give it more work. And then if ever I'm doing like alternating dumbbell curls or something, or incline dumbbell curls, I start adding, what I'll do is I'll start on the weaker arm first, and if I can only do 8 reps, then I'll just match that on the right arm and try to get the left arm stronger, instead of doing like 10 reps starting on the right arm and then only 8 reps on the left. So whatever my left weaker arm hits as far as reps go, I'll match that on the right. So the right arm's kind of maintaining, the left arm's trying to build up a bit, so we can fix that imbalance a bit, hopefully. I also started taking creatine again. It's been about maybe half a week, almost 1 week since I've been on creatine now. I stopped taking it for a while just because I felt like it was like making me look too bloated, so I was off it for about a couple months, and so now I'm back onto it, and I just take 5 grams usually before my workout. My pre-workout supplements right now is just a 200 milligram caffeine pill, my vitamins that I take, multivitamin, vitamin D, fish oil, and 5 grams creatine. Just mix that in water, and I usually take that about an hour before I work out, all that stuff. And then my supplements for protein, I was using the Serious Mass. I used the whole container of that. You could see my previous video, I talked about that, and it had been a while since I used it. So I used it for a whole month, and maybe a month and a week it lasted me. I took 1 scoop post-workout, so it was 625 calories, and 25 grams of protein. The protein was pretty low, so some days I did struggle still to hit protein numbers for the day, but calories were fine, carbs were fine. It felt really nice to drink it post-workout. Make sure you get a big blender bottle. Back in the day when I used to try to drink it, I had small blender bottles, and I didn't have a good size shaker cup, so I would have to use a blender actually. And so nowadays they have a 45 ounce blender bottle with a thicker steel ball in there. So what you can do is buy the 45 ounce one that has the rounded base with the bigger ball that shakes it up, and that's what I did. And I can put a whole scoop in there and put 20 ounces of water and shake it up. It works great. And I think I bought that on Amazon as well. It was like 12 bucks, 13 bucks for that shaker cup, but definitely worth it and saves a lot of time. But yeah, I used the whole bag. I gained about 2.6 pounds from it, which isn't too bad. I would have liked to gain 5 pounds, but I guess eating at 2,800 calories or 2,700 calories wasn't enough to push to gain 5 pounds from 1 bag of it. So I bought a different weight gainer that I've used before in the past. This one, Evil Nutrition Stacked Protein Gainer. It's the chocolate flavor 12-pound. I've had it before in the past, but I didn't have the 12-pound version. I had the 7-pound version, and that one was really good. I felt like I gained a lot of weight on that for some reason, thinking back to it. Today I weighed in at 165.2, which is funny because yesterday I weighed in 163.2, so literally 2 pounds in a day that I gained. And I weigh at the same time every day, right? When you get up in the morning, after you go to the bathroom, take off your shorts, weigh yourself. That's what I do. And so 2 pounds randomly, but that's cool. So my goal weight, we hit it before earlier in the year. About July this year, we hit 171. That was the heaviest I've ever been. That required a lot of bulking and eating like just massive amounts of food. To me, I was eating 3,500 calories mostly. Some days I'd eat 3,200 calories, but I was still gaining. And I got up to 171, but I got really fat. My abs started to disappear, and my body fat percentage was like 18% or something last I checked it with the body calipers. So I decided to recondition that I talked about in previous videos, added more cardio, added more jump rope, reduced the calories a bit down to 2,200, and I lost about 10 pounds in about a month and a half. And then I decided that at 161 I wanted to get to about 165, and so I spent the next time bumping my calories up a little bit and still doing cardio, but not as much. With the jump rope, I would only do it on the days off. Instead of doing it like 3 days a week, I'd only do it 2 days a week. And so then eventually we got up to around 165, which is what I'm at now, which is what I want to be at, pretty much 165 with visible abs. So body fat percentage is lower. And so right now my goal weight, which I'm at currently, is pretty much 165, 168, maybe 170 later. So within 5 pounds of what I'm at right now is a good goal weight. So now I'm trying to focus on getting my strength numbers up. So I don't want to get my strength numbers too crazy, but I think I should be able to at least get decent numbers. And so my biggest weak areas are my lower body, my deadlifts, and my squats. Deadlift is like, last I did a 1 rep max, it was 280 for 1 rep. And squat, last time I did it was 265 for 1 rep. But looking back on those videos, the 265 for 1 rep was not a good enough depth. And so I deloaded to like 230, still wasn't good enough depth. And then I recorded myself and looked at some footage, and I realized that what I was doing was basically not strong enough to squat to parallel. And so I would stop above parallel a bit and count that as a rep when really it wasn't a rep. So my weight, I would still increase the weight, but it wasn't really a good rep. So when I took the weight off and I dropped it down to about 190 pounds and I tested to see if I really could go deep enough past parallel or to parallel, I was able to do that. So when I push it beyond like 225 on the bar, I'm not able to go to parallel. So that's basically telling me I just have an issue with strength in my legs and my back, and so I'm working on that. Definitely trying to increase that. So that's why I'm doing this 5-3-1 program, which is supposed to increase your strength. And I've done it before, but not this specific version. It's a little slow, it's a little boring, but that's why it's called Boring But Big 5-3-1. This is the second variation, so I'm hitting each muscle group twice a week, once a week with heavy weights, and then the second time you hit it in a week, it's with 5 sets of 10, a lighter weight to give you a good pump, work on the form, and get used to future. For this program now, I'm probably going to run for the next 3 months. Maybe if the gains and progress is still going, then I'll just keep it for longer. But whenever I get bored of it to the point where I'm stalled on it and I'm not making progress, then I'll switch back to Insons, or I'll do the GZ CLP. I think those 3 are really the best for me currently and what I'm trying to do. So just rotate those 3 programs, and I do, on the days off, I'll do ab work and cardio and jump rope. I really like jump rope as my main cardio source. I just go outside, do some jump rope, varying jumps, forward, backwards, split jumps, side to side, doubles, and do that for like 10 minutes. And sometimes if I can go longer than 10 minutes, it'll be great, and get a really good workout in quick and get my cardio up. So that's pretty much it. And let's have a good new decade, 2020. And it's going to be the year for us to make all the gains and get aesthetic as we want to get. So just, keep getting those aesthetics, and thank you for watching all the years, and here's to 10 more good years, and I'll still be in YouTube, still doing my thing. If I get 1 view or 1 million views, doesn't matter, I'm still here, because fitness and health is what I enjoy. It's like a part of me now, It's like when you wake up in the morning, and it's right there next to you, in your heart and in your mind. It sounds weird, but it just makes you feel good. Whenever you get a good workout in, it just makes you feel good. And it's not even to just look better than other people, it's just to look as good as you can for your own body and your own self. Why not? You only get one body. Why would you let it go to waste to the point of you feel bad for yourself because your body's gotten to that point of detriment? So I'm always trying to think of ourselves as pieces of clay, our bodies as sculptures of clay, and each day we're working on it. We're like carving the clay and improving it bit by bit. And when we focus on it that way, I think that's really the best approach to it. So let's just keep trying to progress and improve. Have a good year, everyone. Thank you for watching. See you next time.